We have our second breaking news video of the day right here on Steelers Talk, where the Steelers have agreed to sign inside linebacker Malik Harrison for the 2025 season. It's a 2-year contract worth $10 million total, so $5 million over the 2 seasons. Harrison is known as somebody that's almost in the mold of an Landon Roberts type of linebacker, where he's a run defender, he's a blitzer, he's an athlete, but he's not the best coverage player in the world. We'll talk about the ramifications of this move and what it means for the Pittsburgh Steelers on defense here in just a second. But first, this is why you click that subscribe button. At the time of me recording this video, the Steelers still do not have a starting quarterback. All right, so if that happens tonight, if it happens tomorrow, if it happens 2 weeks from now, we will be going live with the Breaking News Live show for the new Steelers starting quarterback and what that means for this team in 2025. So click that subscribe button right now for extensive breaking news coverage all throughout free agency. All right, so let's talk about Malik Harrison here. And his last 4 seasons, he's been a rotational kind of player for the Baltimore Ravens. Spot starter, of course, but he's been kind of that third inside linebacker piece for them there in Baltimore. He has some experience playing with Patrick Queen, of course. But last year got 2 sacks, had 54 tackles, and 3 tackles for loss. So he had some impact plays for the Baltimore Ravens last season, and now you bring him in and you add him to an inside linebacker room that includes Patrick Queen as your number 1, as the quarterback of the defense. Then you got Peyton Wilson, who's a really good number 2 inside linebacker, made some big plays for this defense last year as the third rotational inside backer. And then, Cole Holcomb and Malik Harrison, I'm assuming, will be battling it out for the number 3 ILB position to kind of rotate in. And who knows, they might even rotate both in. Also, Harrison is known as a special teams player, a high-effort player, definitely a Steeler type of player in terms of a depth piece at the inside linebacker position. So I do think he'll end up making the roster and all that stuff. They're paying him $5 million per season, so they clearly see a future with him on the football team. And inside linebacker is a position that this team has had depth issues in the past, and Omar Khan seems like he is determined to not make that happen again. So it's red pen time. Let me know down there in the comment section. Grade this signing for me down there in the comment section. Malik Harrison, inside linebacker, rotational guy. Give me an A, a B, a C, a D, or an F for today's pinned comment. YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. When that happens, take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. For me, guys, my grade on this signing would be around a C, C+, I would say. Harrison's a decent player for what he is. He's going to provide special teams upside as well, which the Steelers really care about, obviously. Mike Tomlin really does care about special teams and having good players there, and Harrison fits that bill. He's also going to be able to provide competition for Cole Holcomb coming off of that really gruesome knee injury. If Holcomb isn't a good player anymore, it's nice to have Harrison in there that has a breadth of experience of playing a third inside linebacker kind of rotational role in a similar scheme to what the Steelers want to run. So I think it's a decent signing for what it is. I think it's maybe a little bit more expensive than I would have liked to pay, $5 million. I think Landon Roberts probably ends up getting more money than $5 per year, which is why the Steelers were not able to bring him back, and he just ended up being too rich for the Steelers' blood. But for what it is here, Malik Harrison, he knows the division well, all that stuff. I would give this a C+. So before we get into the rest of today's show, guys, you can check out our friends at Fanatics here, and you guys can get this awesome Steelers beanie in your closet today. Go to chatsports.com/beanie. To get this beanie in your closet today. Not only do you get this stylish hat in your closet to help keep your ears warm during the winter months, but Fanatics also sends us part of the proceeds with every single purchase to help us buy new equipment, to help us buy new graphics packages, to pay the rent here at the offices here at Chat Sports. We greatly appreciate all of your support, guys. So if you want to help out the channel and get a new hat in your closet today, go to chatsports.com/beanie. So here are the moves that the Steelers have made today. DK Metcalf yesterday made the trade for him, a second-round pick, and gave him a 5-year, $150 million deal to make him a top 5 paid wide receiver in all of football and keep him here in Pittsburgh for the next half decade. Jaylen Warren this morning, the Steelers put the second-round tender on him. He was a restricted free agent, and he'll be back for $5.346 million next season. Don't really think anyone's going to give up their second-round pick for Jaylen Warren. And then Darius Slay, although he will not be released by the Philadelphia Eagles until Wednesday because he's a post-June 1st designation, he was allowed to discuss and agree to terms with other teams apparently he came to terms with the Pittsburgh Steelers today, and he's expected to be in Pittsburgh next year. And then the only kind of official outside signing today was Malik Harrison, the linebacker, 2 years, $10 million. And then they also brought back their backup center, Ryan McCollum, who we do not have a graphic for. But that is the moves that the Steelers have made so far, guys. We're going to keep you updated on all the latest moves that the Pittsburgh Steelers are making during free agency here. And we're still waiting on Steelers quarterback news at this point, guys. I'm recording this during the Steelers Talk live show on our first day of free agency coverage here, and we're into hour 8. So we have been patiently waiting for the Pittsburgh Steelers to sign Aaron Rodgers, to sign Russell Wilson, to sign whoever, and they just haven't done that yet. So whenever that news breaks, we will be here on Steelers Talk with a breaking news live show, breaking down the new quarterback, why they signed him, what the contract details are, all that great stuff. If it's tonight, we'll come back and we'll do the same thing we did last night for the Deke Metcalf trade. If it's tomorrow, we'll be going live tomorrow during the afternoon, during NFL free agency as well. But whenever that news breaks and whenever any NFL free agency news breaks throughout this free agency, we will have breaking news coverage for you guys right here on Steelers Talk. So shout out your guy down there in the comments section. Who should the Pittsburgh Steelers sign next? Should it be Aaron Rodgers? Should it be Russell Wilson? Should it be Daniel Jones? Should it be a corner? Should it be Mike Hilton? He's still available at the time of me recording this video. Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. For me personally, for the love of God, Omar, lock up Aaron Rodgers, please. All right, so just some final thoughts here on Malik Harrison. Obviously 2 years, $10 million, maybe a little bit more money than what you wanted to pay for a rotational inside linebacker with special teams upside, but I don't hate the signing. The cap's going up every single year. You have to pay more for these types of players every single year. And, I think Harrison's somebody that's played this style of role before. So I think that this gives you versatility here in terms of allowing Cole Holcomb to, play the role that you're bringing him back to play, which is that third linebacker in this rotation. And if Cole Holcomb can get back to where he was pre-injury, I think he can be a very good third safety, one of the best in football. But if he doesn't get back there and he stinks and, he doesn't have the same athleticism or the same burst, and he's just not an NFL player anymore, which is possible, by the way, Malik Harrison is somebody that not only brings special teams upside for you, but also can be that third rotational linebacker for this defense that it will need, all right? Like, we've had inside linebacker issues with this team before, and it was very ugly. So Omar Khan, Mike Tomlin do not want to deal with that again, which is why they pay the $5 million price tag over 2 seasons to bring in Malik Harrison here to Pittsburgh. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Again, we're going to have more breaking news coverage if the Steelers make more signings tonight or tomorrow or whatever the case may be. And, of course, when they sign that quarterback, we will be going live as well. So make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, here we go, Steelers.